We got some high school drama, ladies and gentlemen. The internet streets are booming. Get your popcorn out there because Logan Paul is no longer strong and independent. Let's check it out.
Seems like the Logan Paul versus Cofeezilla saga might officially be coming to an end after some events that transpired on Twitter last night. As you guys know, around 3 days ago, Logan Paul dropped his response to these scamming allegations. And I do have to say it's probably one of the worst responses I've ever seen in the entire history of YouTube. The video was getting absolutely dislike bombed. Down below in the comments, not only critics, but also Logan Paul's very own fans, all the Logan Paulers out there were very disappointed in Logan, and were leaving comments saying, "Oh, I thought you changed. I guess you're still the same guy."
I'm strong, I'm independent.
And basically that Logan was completely deflecting. He wasn't going to take any responsibility for hiring known criminals. And I think that everyone was really just amazed that this guy actually had the audacity to play the victim in this situation. Stupid.
Man, I don't know. Like, listen, and I need your thoughts on this. Do you blame people that invested money in this one or do you not? Because I heard this horror story that there was, hold on, okay? Sit down if you're standing up because this might be a shocker. There was one guy that invested, I wouldn't even say invested, but he thought he invested $500,000. $500,000. $500,000. Can you actually believe that, bro? I cannot even compute that. My guy, you could have invested that in a real investment account for your future bloodline. Future bloodline.
So this comes from 2 days ago. Logan Paul turned off the comments on that video. And it's funny because you can kind of see his mind start to like unravel in real time. Because around a day after that, we get another tweet from Udahar saying that Logan just deleted his response altogether. You know, I'm sure Logan was sitting back in one of his mansions just pacing around with a prime bottle in his hand. Well, what do we do, Mike? I can't believe my response didn't work. It took me 3 days.
Man, the comment sections have been dropping massive DDTs on the homie, man. Everybody's laying smackdown
to write up that response. I thought it was gonna be all good. You told me it was gonna be fine, Mike. What the fuck, dude? Just making sure I'm still on the payroll, right? So yes, Logan Paul deleted that official.
Man, I just got PTSD. He just said the F word, man. My video recently was taken down, man. I don't know, man. We're 1 minute in, so it would be fine at times.
Response that he had posted on his channel after getting it from every single direction. Y'all know the meme I'm talking about where the little white girl is surrounded by all those black gentlemen? That meme essentially personifies what's been happening to Logan over the last couple of weeks. And you can't even call it dogpiling because the guy was acting like such an idiot. I mean, this guy really thought that he was gonna drop this little cookie cutter response with all these little edits, all these attempts at jokes. He thought he was gonna post this and then just go about his day and it was all gonna be good. I just feel like where he really messed up in this response, I mean, obviously in not taking accountability, but also in announcing that he was gonna sue Cofeezilla simply for—
man, like, you do not talk about that. I understand that in America, bro, you can sue people for farting in the wrong direction, but this ain't it, chief. This really ain't it. It doesn't work like that with the internet. You do not like go and say that you're gonna be suing someone else when the evidence is like clear as day. Cofeezilla went in ganging style, and obviously if you've seen those videos, you have seen those videos. And the situation here is like he made a massive mistake. He made a massive mistake with that, man.
For shining a light on him and his cockroach friends for curating this project. I just don't really think that sentiment really boded over well with the general audience, because it's almost like, oh, you're gonna criticize me, you're gonna expose something that I did in the dark that you're now trying to bring to the light? Well, I'm gonna shut you up with a lawsuit, which really just made him look like a big old puss. And you guys know Logan started getting really nervous when he read this tweet yesterday. He probably has Cofeezilla's notifications on, and yesterday Cofeezilla tweeted that he was gonna be dropping his
response video to Logan Paul drops today. Okay. So Cofeezilla was like, bro, I'm strong. I'm gonna be strong. I'm gonna be independent. I'm gonna drop that video like pat, pat, pat. And then this happened. Roll it.
Response video to Logan, while also including this picture that Logan had used during his response video. And I'm sure at the time of editing, Logan thought this was such a slam dunk. But I don't really see anyone over like the age of—
Logan Paul really thought that he was gonna be selling this as an NFT. And you probably would have thought about that.
Maybe 6 years old, finding any sort of humor in this photo. And to me, this is the tweet that really put the nail in the coffin for this whole lawsuit,
Logan called me, he said he's deleting the 2 responses.
Stop the cap.
And is dropping the lawsuit threads.
Stupid.
What? I believe he's making a 3rd response. Okay.
Beef. Logan called me. He said he's deleting the 2 responses and is dropping the lawsuit threats. I believe he's made a 3rd response, which I'll be delaying my video to include, so he is still going to be posting a response. Hopefully this time he takes accountability and refunds the victims of CryptoZoo. That's what matters. And at this point, it's really just so clear to me that Cofeezilla was out here playing chess. And Logan, he wasn't even playing checkers, okay? This guy was out here playing, I don't know...
Emotional damage!
Man, this is really, really bad. Logan Paul, my guy, you're getting that WWE money. You're getting that Prime money. You're getting money for dropping those elbows from the top ropes. I don't understand this, man. I really don't get it. It would be understandable, not justifying it, but it would be understandable if like a random Joe Slow, Flomo, Antonio came on and was like, nah, man, I need to make that money like that. I just don't understand, man. I don't understand.
Go fish or some childish shit like that. Because if you guys thought that first response that he dropped on his main channel was bad, when he got to expand a little bit more on his thoughts on his impulsive podcast, it made matters much, much worse. I mean, look at this, guys. 33,000 likes, but then 191,000 dislikes. I haven't seen a ratio like that in a very long time. And I also did just want to highlight some of the dumber things that Logan said during this podcast.
That was always the prerogative. Cofeezilla making a series or not. The game's being made. He just assumed we gave up on it. Which is not true.
So I think it's interesting right there. He says that Cofeezilla just assumed they gave up on the game. I mean, what was he supposed to assume when he was getting all these testimonies from not only the people who were working on the project, but also so many people who had invested a lot of money in the project, who felt like you completely left them in the dark after you didn't communicate with—
Some guy even spent 500k, bro. Like
Bomba
500k. You could have invested that for real, deadass. For the love of your future bloodline, my guy. Like, I don't get it. But I do feel bad for the victims. I do feel bad for people. But I don't feel... Listen, man, it's... I feel bad for him losing 500k. Obviously, man, you cannot grow money like that. You cannot grow that money by growing Nesquik in the backyard. It's hard, okay? 500k, that's a lot of money, man. I know some people like, nah, man, that's nothing. Y'all motherfuckers be rich, but it don't be like that, okay? 500k, he could have invested that. I kind of feel bad, but at the same time, I don't feel bad because if you got 500k, that's a dumb decision. That is a dumb decision, man.
With them for almost a year about what was going on with the project. Like, I understand there's legalities involved, but from the outside looking in, I don't get how you can't think that that doesn't look like you're abandoning the project, especially when you're launching all this other shit.
The answer is yes, George. I'm not a scammer. I have the best intentions, and I will make this right for the people who believe in me. You know how adamant I was about fixing all of this and making this right.
I love giving second chances to people. And the stuff that he's saying, I know that's not gonna sit well with a lot of people after what he did with his first response and second response video. Then, nah, man, like, I'm not gonna take accountability. Like, you know what? You are wrong, and I'm always right. That's what he did with that, right? Never took accountability. Now people are going at him, and there are a lot of people. Basically, no one is really defending Logan in this situation. I would say maybe 33,000 of them are defending that like the video in a way, but more people are not defending, and maybe this is the reason why he's gonna come out and take accountability. Good moves. He should have done that right in the beginning. I love to forgive people. I'm the type of guy forgive and move on. That's who I am, but I understand not everyone is like that, and I totally understand I'm not the one to invest money. People that did invest money, especially the guy that invested 500k, if he's mad, I totally understand. I totally see where he's coming from. I got no money in this one because I don't care for that. I didn't even know this was a thing until this happened. I'm assuming you probably didn't know. Most of you probably didn't know, I suppose, till we started now hearing of what's happening. But man, it's just looking bad.
For a year, I was told I couldn't say anything. And then Cofeezilla series came out, and I called you guys. And I said, I'm making a statement. I don't give a fuck. Yep. I spent days writing this thing. Figuring out how I could poke the obvious holes in Cofeezilla's defamation.
Stop the cap.
And arguments and manipulation of this story, because at the end of the day, he told a story. Some of it's true, some of it's not. I don't know what to believe. I found out things watching his series. Like dude, I was at the airport.
God, he just kept making himself look dumber and dumber and dumber. I would put it on my life that if Cofeezilla never dropped this 3-part series on Logan exposing his ass, he would have not spoken publicly about CryptoZoo again. I'm telling you guys, he would have just ran with this 99 Originals project. And then he keeps trying to invalidate Cofeezilla's research, but then he says that he learned something from his investigation. Coffee cared more about this shit than you, Logan. It's so obvious. At the end of the day, you're the one that hired criminals, my guy. And I can't even say that this is a result of him having too many yes men around him, because during this podcast, I won't lie, George took so many W's, he kind of held his feet to the fire, and really represented that view of, like, the angry critique. I just gotta say, guys, I'm completely here for the George Janko redemption arc.
Okay, and I have a vision and an idea of these things, and then I say, Jeff, here's what I want to make. Here's what I want to do. and then people are put in place to attempt to make that happen. And when it was found out that either A, they had ill intent, or B, were incapable of doing it, what do I do? What do I do?
So once again, right there, Logan further proves my point that he hears about these projects where he knows he can make a lot of money. Like I said, his mentor Gary Vee was making tens of millions in a matter of a couple of months.
What? Yo, pump the brakes. What?
Stupid.
What, bro? What? What the hell? Gary Vee is his mentor, man. No, bro. Like, yo, like, are you sure about that one? Man, like, Gary Vee? Nah, man, do not run Gary Vee's name to the ground like that, man. Don't do the homie like that, bruh.
Off some children's doodles. He gets his pants all juiced up, he gets all excited, he acts like it's the most revolutionary thought in the entire world, but then he doesn't even have the actual knowledge to understand if the project is actually going to be executed correctly. And to me, if you don't have that knowledge, and you're still promoting these projects that have financial bearings onto your impressionable audience, I just don't think that that's really acting in good faith.
That is a really good point, though, because listen, man, if you're, let's say you're a guy on the internet that's not crazy big, and you're working hard, right? You got a job, you got a family to support, and you're like, bro, like, I want to do something right now. I want to make a new business. I want to create a new business. I want to create a new plan. I want to execute something. I want something that's valuable to me and my family, and potentially for people around as well. That's a really good thought, right? And it's totally fine to do something and fail at it. It's good because when you do something, you're doing something that 99% of the people don't do. You are doing something, you're taking the matter in your own hands, you're doing something, you're failing, you're analyzing, you're improving, you're going. But the second you involve the money, and if your plan was not in the right way, and if you knew that you would have failed at that clearly in your mind, then you should not be charging people. If you knew from the get-go that what you're doing, for example, in this one, like this, allegations to the what do you call it, crypto zoo. I mean, it took me a minute.
Bruh.
Crypto zoo charging people money. Guys spent like 500K on that. I cannot even compute. There's so many people that lost hundreds and thousands of dollars on this one, and he just didn't know how to execute it properly. It's perfectly fine to launch it without a full plan because you're going as is. You're going with the flow. You're learning and growing. Perfectly fine. But if you are going in that direction when you do not know about the outcome, I should say, do not charge people money, man, like that.
It's shocking to me that motherfuckers think I'm out here in Puerto Rico with a corkboard, tax, string, graphic images, going, here's how we're gonna scam. This is how I'm gonna make my $1 million this time, motherfucker.
I don't really think that that's the general sentiment that a lot of people are giving off about this situation. I think a lot of people are just coming from the viewpoint that you messed up, you hired all these bad people, and now not only do you not want to take any accountability for doing,
and on top, my guy hired actual criminals, like actual criminals.
So, but you also want to sue a man for interviewing and investigating these people that you hired yourself. And during the course of this hour and 20-minute podcast, Logan says a bunch of things that really show you how much Cofeezilla was really getting under his skin.
There's been a plan moving forward.
BS.
Yeah. Cofeezilla happened to make this series.
Bruh.
And middle of it. And now it appears reactionary, but this has been happening. So that's where the defamation.
Stop the cap.
Defamation piece comes into play. He's probably gonna milk the shit out of this. He's probably gonna talk to more people who lost money. I'm not sure what he's fabricating or if people are genuine about what they're saying because he doesn't verify backgrounds or, like I said, substantiate any evidence. So he's probably gonna
Neither did you. This whole thing could have been avoided if you had verified backgrounds. And Cofeezilla was literally just doing what any journalist does and following this story out to the very end.
That's what I would do if I were him. I'd milk the shit out of this, and like I said, he's probably going to. He's good. He's very good. The more he says, and the more he continues to spread this misinformation that this was any sort of con or scam, the more I have for the lawsuit that I am filing. The defamation lawsuit, that is happening because this is wrong. This is wrong. And there's a reason. There's a reason he won't come on this show. And he knows.
And ladies and gentlemen, my channel is really under attack by the Matrix. My video ended up getting removed and I definitely need your help. I'm telling you, man, the Logan Paul scam perfectly fine on YouTube, but my family-friendly video ended up getting taken down. Click on this video on the screen or the video on the left and I will see you right there.